Hi guys, we will look at AutoHotkey and what it is. So AutoHotkey, in the name itself, it says auto and hotkey, and hotkey is nothing but a set of keys that you trigger to start an app or to do something. And it's a hotkey which is very common in applications, games, etc. And these are keys useful when you want to use your keyboard rather than clicking something. And auto means is automatic. So let's look at how to start and what it is. So if you look at the documentation, it'll explain. Let's look at the things that we can do. Introduction and example. So suppose let's look at this example. Hash stands for Windows key and N stands for the N key. So if I type N, which is displayed here, or the Windows button, so if I put Win N in a combination, it will open Notepad, and the notation is the hotkey symbol with the key symbol colon colon, then you write the command. So the command is similar to what you would type here. So Windows R. So if you press Windows R, I'll press it again. You can see it here, Windows R, and then I type Notepad, like here, run Notepad, and click on OK. It opens Notepad for me. So the command is run Notepad. So run will open the run window here at the bottom. When I press uh, Win R, but in this case, it when I press Win N, it will open run, it will type Notepad in it and press enter or end the command. Or you can just say run Notepad without typing return. And here you have Control Alt S. So control is indicated by this symbol and exclamation for Alt and S as the thing. So if I press Control Alt S, it will send these particular keystrokes. So send is nothing but the keystroke. So it sends the keys. So I can send a key control, control up, control down, control up. So it means if I say control down, it will appear that I pressed control on my keyboard, or say shift or alt, and it will keep it pressed down. It will not release the key. In order to release, you have to say control up. So it will send the keys in that particular sequence. So so basically you send some keys and you have the hotkeys. Mm, but let's look at it what it is. So let's click on download, and it's, let's say, download current version, and it'll install a as you can see on the bottom part, there is a URL here, and it's downloaded the exe for me. I've already installed it, so I'll not install it, but let's see if I want to create a script. Okay, so I come here, I've already created a script, and the script format will be the name of the file .ahk. ahk stands for AutoHotkey. So if I click on a new script, say I'll click on new and I say new.ahk. So this will open a AutoHotkey script, and I have, because I've already installed AutoHotkey, it will show the AutoHotkey icon. Okay, so let's look at what I can type. I've already typed few commands, so let's look at this particular thing. So I'll say edit script, and I'm here. So anything with a semicolon sign, the script will ignore. Okay, so if I have something with a semicolon in the beginning, it will ignore. Okay, and everything else is quite straightforward. So let explain. So I've basically written the symbols here. So Alt stands for this symbol, Control for this, Shift for this, and Windows stands for hash. So Shift is a plus, Control is caps up, and Alt is an exclamation, and Win is a hash. So if I say Control Alt N, so this is the symbol for Control, this is the symbol for Alt, and this is the symbol for N. It will run Notepad plus plus. So let's see, if I press Ctrl Alt N, it opens Notepad plus plus for me. Okay. If I say close this and I click on Ctrl Alt L again, it opens Notepad plus plus. If I press Ctrl Alt C, it should open calculator for me. So I've not typed calculator anywhere. I've not gone to Windows R and typed calculator. I have simply run the command. So if I type WinR and then calculator, okay, it should be calculator.exe maybe. Okay, I think it's CALC. Yeah, so it opens calculator. So I have two instances of calculator. So yeah, run CLC or MS Paint. So I put a shortcut Control Alt P and it opens MS Paint for me. And this is quite handy. So whenever you're working on Windows, you want to take quick notes. So you tend to open Notepad. You want to do some quick calculations. So calculation is quite important. Or you try to open Paint to paste a screenshot. So these are some of the normal things. Or you want to open the C drive. So you would use some shortcuts. You want to open the program file, you want to open the system root, etc., etc. So depending upon what you want to do, you can, using a combination of hotkeys, Shift Alt C or Shift Alt P. So Shift Alt P, and I have opened program files. Okay, so now this is quite clear, and this is helpful because we are able to open different types of programs using run. So we have the symbols to define which keys we are pressing, and then some commands that we can use from run, which is WinR. This, so you can type calc or MS Paint, anything that you can type here to open a program, you can use run and then the name that you write here in the text field. Now suppose you want to use this as a text expander. So I'll close all this. I'll close all my documents, etc. Now suppose I want to type this particular symbol. Okay, so let's open Notepad++ and I want to type this symbol or the pound symbol or the dollar symbol or the euro symbol. So I can do that by using Shift pound, Shift 4 or Shift 5, and I can get all the symbols. And on my keyboard I don't have euro symbol or the rupee symbol. So if I want to get that symbol, I'll type INR space. Okay, it's not working here. Let's try EUR space. It's not working here. So the encoding is UTF-8, but it's not working. So I know what the problem was. The problem was the encoding. So I changed it to ANSI now. So it was initially UTF-8. I've changed it to ANSI. And with that, if I type now EUR, it will show euro symbol. So let's try EUR. So it shows euro. So if I type EUR tab, it shows euro. If I type EURT escape, it doesn't show anything. But if I type EUR space, it'll again type the euro symbol for me. So it's nothing but a text expander. If I type YTB, it shows YouTube. If I type Facebook, FBK, it expands to Facebook. And what I'm doing here is using this two colon in sequence and the text expander shortcut that I want, I can type any long text I want, and basically this enables me to write my email, my mobile number, my address, and put it in a script, because these are some of the things that we tend to use very frequently. And if you put that in a script, then it's quite useful, and it will enable us to enhance our productivity rather than typing it all the time. We are now just expanding it. Okay, so we've talked about the commands that you can run from WinR, and we have talked about text expander. Okay, let's talk about some other things. So suppose you want to run a sequence of commands. So say win I. So if I press Windows I, it will open the command cmd.exe for me. Um, it should actually type ipconfig as well, but I'll tell you why it's not doing, because okay, I'll have to reload the script. So the reason it's not typing is because here it's C Windows system32 cmd.exe, and here it's C Windows system32 cmd.exe. The difference is here the system is caps and here it's small. Okay, so suppose I now change it to system s file, save as 2.ahk, utf16, save, yes. Okay, reload this script. And so basically what I've done is I have saved this script with system32 in caps, and I want to see what happens when I press win I. So if I press the win I key, wow, look what has happened. Basically what has happened is it went to run, it typed cmd, then it waited for this particular window with the title C Windows System 32 cmd.exe. Then it tried to activate it, so by clicking it, and then it sent the keys ipconfig, so it sent input ipconfig, so it's sending that, and then it pressed enter. So I type ipconfig and then I press enter, and then I end. And what has happened is I can then quickly look at my IP address. So for this, it's this particular IP address, and yeah, so basically I have executed a series of commands using something as simple as a hotkey. I opened command prompt, I waited for it to open, I activated it, I typed this particular set of uh, letters, and then I pressed the enter button, and then I terminated the program. So let's try it again. When I, so yeah, it typed ipconfig and then it did this magic. So suppose I say input host name. Okay, I save it. So I've saved it, and then I reload the script. So one thing I did mention is whenever you double click, so let's go to here, documents to. So if I double click, you see an older instance of the script is already running. Replace it with this instance. So I say yes, and I see an H here. So let's exit and go back here. I double click, and you should see an H icon here. Okay, let me move my window. So yeah, so you should see an H icon here. So once you see the H icon, so that means the script is running 2.ahk, and whatever commands I've written in with for the particular hotkeys, it will work. Okay, so we tried using Control or Halt, we tried text expander, and we tried a particular set of combinations. Now let's look at something else. So suppose you want to open MS Paint. So send Alt down, print screen, Alt up. So if I do this, it will print the active screen. If I don't do it, it will print everything. So the active screen in this case I want is AHK 2.AHK. I just want to print this using this hotkey Windows P. Now, in order for me to do this, I need to first click on print screen. Then I need to open Paint. Then I need to activate it. If it's already open, activate it. If it's not open, then run, type MS Paint, wait for the particular window to open, activate it, then Control V, send Control V, so paste the particular photo, then uh, create a variable and format the time, send Control S, then wait save as, so wait for the save as window to open, activate it, and then send particular this. So here %t is nothing but this particular variable, which is a timestamp. So I'm sending this input and then pressing enter, and then type, waiting for the saved file with this particular name, activating it, and then closing the whole window and then terminating the program. And I'll show you how it is. So I've highlighted 2.hk and I've clicked on WinP. It's pasted the screenshot and closed it. Let's look at where it's saved. Okay, so it's actually saved on my desktop. Here it is, 8 Feb. So this is the time, middle of the night, and this is the particular photo. So it has now saved this photograph or screenshot on my machine with the timestamp as a JPG file, and within a few seconds, and I didn't have to type any of these steps. And this is the advantage of using AutoHotkey. So if you want to perform a lot of shortcuts on Windows, so bear in mind this won't work on OS X. This is specifically for Windows. I'm using Windows 10 and it will work on that. I showed you this, facebook.com, youtube.com, etc., etc. So if you want to do all this, you can use this particular AutoHotkey program. Once you install it, create a file with a .ahk extension, type some of the commands, and you can give some space between each command, and you can have one file with all the commands in it, and just load it every time you start your machine, and it will come and display here in your taskbar, and you should be able to use it. So here, see, I have a particular combination, Control Alt G. Let's see what happens. Control Alt G. Wow, a Windows pop-up, an input box with a search term. Search Google UK is the title. Please enter the term you want to search in Google UK. If not, give error. If search term, capture it, ABGH, and run this particular URL with this particular search query, search term, which is this. So in the input box, I've given this search term, and with a OK or a cancel, it does everything for me. So if I click on OK now, it has actually opened the browser and typed AGH and displayed me the results. Okay, quite powerful, I must say, quite powerful. So within a few shortcuts, I can actually like search for any search for anything in Google from my machine by pressing those hotkeys. Now I want to show you something very interesting which I found very useful, especially on bank websites. This particular command, DEF, or any random alphabet, that you want to paste from the keyboard clipboard. So suppose I have a banking website. So I'll open this State Bank of India. Okay, this is one of the very popular banking websites in the country, and I want to type my name Amit Sarkar, but I want to paste my name here. So suppose I want to paste Sarkar 007. I go here, I press Ctrl C, and then I want to paste it. I press Ctrl V, nothing happens. So basically, this has disabled right click. So when I'm trying to right click, it's saying this function is not allowed, even on the password field. So I want to paste something in the username or the password without actually typing it, because it's such a pain. So what I do is I copy this. Okay, I Control C, and if I tell you the script, it says send input raw clipboard. So if it's copied, it's in my clipboard. Windows has a clipboard where it saves all the things that you copy, and then if I type DEF, it should copy this particular text which is there in the clipboard. So if Sarkar 007, I press Ctrl C, I go to the particular window and I type DEF, I press tab, it's typed the text for me. Okay, so basically it replaced the text on the input box even when it didn't let me paste it, and this is quite the most powerful feature that I found. And I hope that with all these things you can create some of your own scripts so that you can do all possible combinations of shortcuts and increase your productivity. So a tool like this is useful because it enhances your productivity, and the documentation is quite extensive. There is a quick reference guide where it tells you how to use the program, tutorial for beginners, etc., etc. I think I've covered the basics, like what to create and the other things. And yeah, so please feel free to share, like, and comment on the video. And if you do like the videos that I'm posting, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.